As the dust settles after a landslide, everyone is left wondering what just happened. The same has happened in Bihar elections 2025. NDA has outperformed itself with over 200 seats, and the BJP has become the single largest party for the first time in Bihar. On the other hand, the opposition has been wiped out with the lowest number of seats in past 15 years. While all exit polls predicted an NDA victory, none came close to the actual numbers. So, what led to this ginormous victory for NDA? Where did the opposition go wrong? And how will Bihar pave the way for the upcoming assembly polls? To find an in-depth answer to these questions, we spoke to Dr Arvind Kumar, visiting lecturer at the University of Hertfordshire. He is a lecturer on politics and IRS. Let's hear what he had to say about it. Was it a surprise to you, or was this victory something you were expecting?
So result is surprised in this way. So like NDA is going to win the election. That portion was very much clear to us since very beginning. Unless and until something unprecedented, some unprecedented thing is not happening during the campaign. But we have not like expected that victory would be such a landslide victory. So that landslide victory of NDA more than winning 200, more than 200 seat is of course surprising, which no one has expected. But there wasn't any doubt about NDA winning the election.
So, what did you think worked in favor of NDA?
So multiple things work in favor of NDA. So first, if we see in Bihar politics is often explained with the caste calculation. So if we look on the front of caste calculation, that NDA was like superior in managing caste calculation. In country, we have like 4 or 5 prominent Dalit leaders, Mayawati, then Prakash Ambedkar, Jitan Ram Majhi, and Ramvilas Paswan's son, Chirag Paswan. And NDA has two of them. So Jitan Ram Majhi and then a party of most backward caste, which is Rashtriya Lok Samta Party. I think now they have changed Upendra Kushwaha's party. And then Nitish Kumar itself, who is considered to be like brand ambassador of politics of most backward or extreme backward. So on these lines, like at the meta level also, NDA was far ahead. So when you will see, we see seat distribution of NDA, caste-wise seat distribution of NDA. So in BJP, it was tilted towards more than 50% seat BJP has given to upper caste, whereas when you will see its alliance partner, JDU, their like focus was on most backward caste. So it looks like BJP will bring its core upper caste support base, whereas JDU will bring its most backward caste support base, where and then you have two other Dalit leader and their parties, and then Upendra Kushwaha. So on that front, it was like very formidable alliance it was looking. Secondly, in Bihar politics, of course, when we see JDU, RJD, and BJP on ideological spectrum, if we put Nitish Kumar somewhere sits in between. Neither he has enemy nor he has good friend. So someone who is like a politician who can be said to be who can be said to follow middle path, a politician of middle path. And thirdly, this time, like it appeared to me there was something emotional attachment with the Nitish Kumar also. So last time he said this would be my last election. So people didn't. But this time, opposition campaigned that it is last election of Nitish Kumar. And when someone has like ruled for 15 year and 15 20 year, and in such situation he has gathered a support base. There is possibility, there remains always possibility. Another factor which work very well, there is a lot of research going on which say women voters. So cash transfer before election to women voter, of course we cannot deny that. Whereas with the opposition party, since beginning everything was going wrong way. So first, quick shift. So for winning any election, you need to create a anti-incumbency. And anti-incumbency can be like that is one area where any mobilization should happen. And against JDU, there was anti-incumbency, but all of a sudden so opposition should have mobilized based on that. Like 1 year ago, there wasn't a single month when a bridge was not collapsing in Bihar. So this could have been, there would have multiple issues, but all of sudden, like before 1 month election, opposition switched its campaign towards a vote chori. We do not know like how many people are getting affected. So issues are identified in two ways. How many people are affected with issue? So whether a issue is mass issue or whether it is a issue of elites issue or issue of some section. So if you are not going to campaign, you are leaving issues of masses, then is not possible. So that's the one reason. So switch from so mass issue, which could have been anti-incumbency, joblessness, and other things. Actually, because of hyper focus on vote chori campaign of Congress party, that was one area where they lost. Actually, this was first big problem, which opposition big mistake which opposition committed. Second was the alliance also couldn't figure out among themselves. They couldn't figure out seat distribution till last moment, and that gave a sense of disunity and disunity, as well as when you create a sense of confusion among voters before, like they gave a message that we are not ready for the governing the state. So if you are not able to decide your seat, if you are not able to decide your who would be your chief minister candidate, who would be your deputy chief ministerial candidate, then all these things give a message to the voter that you are not ready for the governance of the state. And related to this, also when there were like few candidates got nominated within like alliance party, they nominated candidates against each other. So mobilization was another issue. And then this time, like unlike previously, this time there was disunity in Lalu Prasad Yadav's family also. So episode with his son and all these things that shows actually disunity, discomfort. So if your family is not itself is not in a good situation, then it is very difficult to like challenge such a party. Yeah.
What do you think
Mhm.
happened with Prashant Kishore?
No, see, voters like quickly doesn't start voting, like don't start quickly, they don't start voting to any political party. So switching of voter is a big difficult task always for political parties worldwide. That is a big problem. Only party where voters quickly switched, it was Aam Aadmi Party, but not quickly. And they switched because of heavy movement and excessive movement. That's how they switched. And those who were saying that like he will gain substantive vote, I wasn't like sure that he's gonna to gain vote. No, that is not how things goes on. Yes, there is always means always possibility that your two three candidates can win election. Those candidates can win election because of even like independent candidates win election. So if you have good candidates, sometimes charismatic candidates, they bring votes based on individual charisma. But that doesn't mean that Prashant Kishore should be written off because uh, he has presented himself by contesting overall Bihar. He has presented himself a formidable player who can be who can be taken seriously by voters. So, so if he might have like long-term plan. So whether you are contesting based on short-term plan or long-term plan, because after this election we are sure that Nitish Kumar is not gonna to be there, and so without Nitish Kumar we do not know. Pretty we can be sure that that party is not gonna to sustain, and BJP already has become first party. Same with the RJD. We do not know whether it will remain a formidable player till the next election or not, because there is possibility when you continuously keep losing election, then leaders leave party and they find out new avenues. So in long run he might gain significance. So maybe in next election probably you might see like he might gain some prominence, and that is how political parties have emerged in India. Even BJP, once upon a time, it has only two MPs, and just Kansiram used to say that first election we should contest for losing, second election for defeating opponent, and then third election should be contest for winning election. So you said if you are in politics, you should make 15-year plan, not 5-year plan. So 15-year plan, first losing, second defeating, third winning. So maybe like Prashant Kishore would be going on that trajectory. So first election he has lost. Maybe next election he might gain further significance, and uh, gradually he can gain significance in Bihar's politics. But yes, issues which he has brought up on the table, they were like very important issue, and it seems that they have damaged RJD issue of migration and other things. Yeah.
Yeah, so my next question was that about that only. There are like huge prevalent issues of like lack of jobs, migration, corruption even, which was mostly brought in light by JSP and also by Mahagathbandhan to a certain extent. Still, those issues did not seem to work among the voters. Why do you think that happened?
See, so if you are talking about the corruption, once again, like one must think that corruption as a issue has always been. If you will look, Lok Niti survey, they ask a question: what was the most important issue for you while voting? And this question is asked since 1996 continuously. And corruption figures after like 10th position. First issue will always be either it would be unemployment, or usually it is inflation. Inflation would be first issue, then unemployment and XYZ, and corruption always remains like after 10th issue. Only time when corruption was in top five issue was 2014 election, when because of Anna Hazare movement it became like top four issue, top five issue. But elsewhere it is always like after 10th position within all issues which are taken consideration. Now, in such scenario, if you are raising question of corruption, once again one need to take into account the formulation of elite versus mass. So if
Right. But
masses
it's not
are
just
thinking that,
corruption.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, just I am explaining about corruption, then we can discuss
Okay, okay,
about
okay.
others. So if you are talking about the masses, so if corruption is an issue, one must one can think why like Rafael didn't become an important issue of election issue. It is because if masses are not getting affected, whereas if there are scam in teacher recruit, other kind of issue, then that kind those things become issue. So that's one portion. And what second issue which you were asking?
I was asking that these issues like migration and unemployment
Yeah.
in the state, these issues were also education, were raised by
Yeah.
Mahagathbandhan and JSP, but they didn't seem to work. Why? What was the reason behind that?
Yeah. So who is raising the issue is important question. So if RJD is raising the issue, always remember voters look respective versus prospective. So there are two kind of voting. We say that voters evaluate you retroactively or prospectively. So Bihar's voters, more than 60% voters would be those who have already seen the regime of RJD. 90 from 90s to 2005, they have already seen the regime, and then they have also seen the regime of Nitish Kumar 5 years. So if they are promising, you are promising something, that okay, we will work on unemployment, or we will work on education. So
Mm.
they have, like such voters always have, they are not irrational people. They have seen your regime also. They are seeing other regime also. And based on that, they are making calculation. They make calculation. So if any issue is not raised, like voters have not picked up that issue, that doesn't mean that they are fool people. No, they have like evaluated based on that. And I am not in position to say that, oh, they made bad judgment or good judgment, but they have made judgment based on
Mm.
that. And when we promise something prospective, which is called prospective voting, then also like voters makes value judgment whether you have ability to deliver or not. You do not
Right.
have ability to deliver. So if I can promise that I will take everyone on a tour to moon, but that doesn't mean that voters are such a fool people who would not be, who will think that okay, this person will take. No, they make evaluative judgment. And here actually RJD failed badly. So when it promised a job, all of a sudden everyone started questioning, okay, from where you will bring budget, where you will bring resources for that. And they did not had any answer. And if you do not have any answer, then it is not going to work at all. So prospective also. Only promise doesn't work. Either you should promise and do not give interview to media or anyone. Do not expose yourself to be interrogated. The moment you place yourself in a situation where you are going to be interrogated, then then people will come to know that okay, you do not have any plan at all for delivering. And that is how when you make any promise, people do not believe in that.
Right, right, right. So, what do you think is the biggest challenge in front of the next new government?
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenge would be, of course, like the way Nitish Kumar's health is deteriorating. I don't think that he would be able to continue for next 5 years as a chief minister. There would be, I am quite sure that they will need new chief minister. And Bihar as a state is like facing quite a lot of structural challenges. For example, like has taken loan from RBI and other sources. Heavy amount of its budget goes on repayment of interest and all those things. So that's a big, like state is in big financial mess. And so one of important challenge which that it has is fix its financial problem. And once it is able to fix its financial problem, then other problem will follow up. So you would be able to manage other issues, like reversing migration, or even like I don't think there is possibility of reversing migration, because everywhere in Gujarat, Punjab, those Kerala, which are considered to be developed state, excessive migration, like, but their migration is foreign migration, so that is considered to be good migration, whereas Bihar's migration is Delhi, Mumbai, and Punjab, so that is considered to be bad migration. So migration is like that phenomena is everywhere. Maybe like if Bihar government can think in this way, that why to send its laborers to Gujarat rather than send it to Europe or other part of the world, Gulf countries, where people from like what we call more developed states, they are going, so they can also think in this way on these lines. So rather than like investing resources in stopping migration completely, they can divert the trend of migration, and also building state infrastructure. A good infrastructure is big challenge for Bihar. I think if you will see Uttar Pradesh, it's a neighboring state, has built up big expressways and all these things. So Bihar can also move on those directions. Yeah.
Okay. So, last question in very brief about the upcoming polls. Uh, the BJP, both at the union ministry level and in Tamil Nadu, one of the BJP leaders, they have claimed that the Bihar's results will be reflected in the upcoming Bengal as well as Tamil Nadu elections. What do you have to say about it?
No. So in Tamil Nadu, it is like politics is completely different, actually. And because culturally as well as organizationally also, so Tamil Nadu challenge is totally different. There you should not expect that. I do not see there like change in the guard in Tamil Nadu. And same is with Mamta Banerjee also. See, there BJP might have chance, but like we cannot expect that it can go on the line of Bihar itself, because TMC is much more organized party from booth to top level, and also TMC doesn't give scope to Congress party to dictate its policies and mobilization strategy. On that line, it is very much different from RJD. One of the mistake which RJD did is that it allowed Congress to dictate its mobilization strategy, its issues, and that has resulted into this catastrophic. That has contributed, I would say, in this catastrophic defeat. But TMC doesn't do all those kind of things. So there you will, of course, we will see tough challenge. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. That was a very insightful
Thank
analysis.
thank
And
you.
yes,